Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to a brand new Sports Fusion episode. I am your host, Alex Fuse. We have a big show today. On the phone now, he is a Washington Nationals beat writer, Jorge Castillo. So, Mr. Castillo, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Good. So, two guys that are supposed to return today are Ryan Zimmerman and Jose Lobaton. So, what's kind of the update? Are these guys coming back today?
It appears at least Ryan Zimmerman is. There's a chance Lobaton will come back too. But Zimmerman, obviously, the big news today was exonerated from the Al Jazeera report. It's a big deal for him. So personally, and on the field, he had a pretty good rehab stint out in Syracuse in the 3 games. So if he comes back today, he'll be able to provide another bat, lineup for the Nationals. Hope he can turn the season around.
Yeah, and one guy that has been really on fire since the All-Star break is Anthony Rendon. So what kind of adjustments has he made this season to try to stay healthy, as last season was kind of a throwaway season for him since he's dealt with so many injuries?
Yeah, I think it's, like you said, just staying healthy, which a lot of times it's just a matter of luck. In most cases, and then also just he says he's just finding holes in the second half. In the first half, he's just throwing the ball up. He couldn't find holes when it was, when he put the ball in play. But Dusty Baker's saying that he's using his hands better. He said he has some of the quickest hands he's ever seen, both in the field and with the bat. So he's using his hands. Dusty said the other day that Anthony Rendon was a little banged up. His hands are a little off. So he's using his hands a little bit. He's quick to the ball, quick to he's quick. Some of the quickest hands he's ever seen, Dusty Baker said. So that's the biggest key for him.
So last night, Lopez pitched his best game in his career, I think, with 11 strikeouts. So will he be sticking around in this Nationals rotation?
It looks to be that way. Joe Ross, obviously recently had his rehab stint shut down, which is it pushes back his return date to pretty much an undetermined time. So they need a 5th guy right now. And Lopez is basically he's leaped. He left over Lucas Giolito in the depth chart when it comes to starting rotation options, and he proved why last night with 11 strikeouts. He's always shown that he strike guys out. It's a matter of the command. When the command is on point, he's one of the top young prospects in the game. And he proved last night. So with Joe Ross out for a bit here, it looks like Lopez will be the 5th guy.
So with the Nationals at the top of the division, is there even a possibility for the Marlins or even the Mets to come back? And if not, who do you think in the playoffs can be the Nationals' worst enemy if they do make it?
Well, here's the thing, man. We've seen over the years collapses. The Phillies back then, the Mets collapsed in September. So you really can't say there is. I know it's a big lead right now. But anything can happen down the stretch, and the Mets are kind of scuffling here. The Marlins don't have Stanton, which is a big deal. Giancarlo Stanton. But the Nationals should run away with this division. But you really never know. But I think in the playoffs, the 2 teams, the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants. So those to me are the 2 best teams in baseball besides the Nats. And obviously the Cubs swept the Nats in Wrigley earlier this year, and then the Nats took two or three from them in Washington. The Cubs are the best team in baseball, so I think that's the top nemesis. The biggest obstacle for the Nats from getting to the World Series and winning it.
Okay, Mr. Castillo, before we wrap up this interview, I usually ask 5 Fusion rapid-fire questions to my guests, and are you ready to play this game?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Okay. Most interesting player to cover?
With the Nats?
Yes.
I'll go with Max Scherzer.
Okay. Favorite city?
Miami.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Oh, favorite movie. That's a good one. Yeah. Jeez, you got me. I'm going to go with the original Rush Hour.
Okay. Will A-Rod be in the Major League Baseball playing next season?
Yes.
Okay. Pete Rose, Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Okay. And one last question before we wrap up this interview. With the roster expanding in the next 11 days, do you see any players in the Nationals minor league to be the underdog to really push this national team into the playoffs?
Yeah, so we mentioned Lopez. He's already up there, so he doesn't really count. Cody Glover is a guy who might be going back down. He'll be up in September. He's a guy I think who could help out the bullpen a lot. And then Lucas Giolito. It'll be interesting to see what role he plays, whether he gets a few spot starts here and there. I think that's another guy that could help out the Nats in September.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Castillo, I want to say thank you for coming on the Sports Fusion episode.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Fuse Nation, you just heard it from Jorge Castillo, who is a Washington Nationals beat writer. He thinks Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame, and he thinks anything can happen going forward in the rest of the season, but he does think the Nationals can run away with this division. On Sports Fusion next at 2 p.m., another Sports Center anchor on. So please stick around. I'll be live here in about 25 minutes at 2 p.m. Thank you for watching. I will see you then.